There we go. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this Around the Ropes episode here for this Tuesday. Forgot what date it is now. 10/7. I don't know why I forgot what date it is today. Guys, I hope you guys are all enjoying this wonderful Tuesday night here. Let me know in the comment section if you guys can hear me because of the fact that I am using a different mic. I'm actually using an actual microphone setup, so I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me well. But guys, tonight is sort of a historical night, let me put it that way, because what we're about to see right now, and this is why the episode is more watch along than anything, is if this was still under the Vince McMahon era, this wouldn't be happening. And what do I mean by that? We're getting a TNA NXT Showdown tonight. And this is going to be big. So we'll be live with you guys till 10 o'clock tonight. Jeez. Yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me. Like I said, hopefully you guys can hear me. Hey, Shamika. Shamika, can you hear me? Okay. I was just looking a little weird. Yeah, okay. I'm going to switch to the other computer because I don't like how this is looking. But you know what? We'll make the best of it. Guys, like I said, we'll be with you guys till about 10 o'clock tonight. I do want to make a few mentions, though, before the festivities get going for NXT. Okay. Hold on.
Hello, welcome to Wilson's Corner with me, Kevin Wilson. Remember me? Hi. Okay, so all this streaming stuff that's going on right now with WWE, Netflix in January, Peacock's still a thing, and now the partnership with ESPN to go and broadcast all of the WWE PLEs or pay-per-views in my mind because I'm old. It's gotten to a very ridiculous point. I'm kind of getting sick of this streaming stuff in general because it's just all costing way too much, and especially for wrestling fans nowadays. Like, when's enough going to be enough? When are we finally going to stand up and go, yep, nope, I'm done, see you later, I'm going to go back to the Pirate Bay or, something else, I don't know. But do you remember when they broadcast the WWE Network for the first time, when they put that out there? It was $10 a month, $9.99 a month. They kept peddling it every chance they got. JBL saying for $9.99 a month. Michael Cole saying for $9.99 a month. Jerry Lawler saying it. Everybody went and said for $9.99 a month you can go and have the WWE Network. You can have every single pay-per-view, every single bit of content. And it stayed at that $10 a month. It was great. I loved it. Yeah, they got bought by Peacock, and the network migrated over there. And it was, I haven't really had any issues with Peacock at all since they've migrated over. It's been good. It cost me, now it's going to be $17 a month for the ad-free version. But at $10, $11 now for the ad-supported. It's really not bad to be on Peacock. But now in the latest bit with ESPN's direct-to-consumer app, where it's totally 100% free if you sign up with your cable provider. However, there's a few that don't have it right now. If you have DirecTV, if you have Xfinity.
And we are back live here. Sorry about that minor... hold on one second. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. For some reason, it was... Also, we're expecting a lot of rain tonight, so that may be also why it's a little botchy. But we'll make the best of it. Guys, again, this is Around the Ropes. You guys can message us as well. I don't know if Ray will be joining us tonight. I know he had emergencies that he had to attend to. Let me go through. What's going on, Stomper? Well, David, hopefully you can hear me now. Thank you, Shamika. I appreciate that. And guys, we're actually about to get started now with the festivities, as it looks like Dark State is taking on the Hardys in a winner-take-all match where both the NXT tag titles and the TNA tag titles are on the line. This is going to be interesting on the fact that this could make Bound for Glory very interesting, to say the least. And I say that for this reason. If the Hardys win, first of all, in this partnership with TNA, it'll be the first time TNA team wins titles. At least, because I feel like since this whole TNA thing got started, I feel like it's been more TNA, more WWE than TNA guys. But we're also forgetting another aspect of it, and that is in a couple of days, TNA is set to have Bound for Glory, which we'll get into that later on tonight. And one of the big matches that's happening at Bound for Glory is Team 3D versus the Hardys for the TNA tag titles. Now, if you listen to Bustin' Open, Bully Ray was talking about it, and I've speculated in the last couple weeks since this match was announced, if somehow the Hardys win tonight, could we see the possibility of the TNA/NXT tag titles on the line against in that match? I'd be very curious to see. I mean, I can't see, and this is where I think this whole match is a very, very peculiar situation, because I remember when Dark State first debuted, we were actually on here talking about it, and I didn't really know what they were. I felt like there was like Shield 2.0, but you put the belts on them, and obviously we know if you put the belts on a team, especially a young team, you have some sort of faith in them. And when you look at Dark State, I mean, would it be a shock if they somehow pull this one off? Absolutely, it would. I see two possibilities with this match. I see somehow a DQ finish where it's either, and we spoke about it last week a little bit here, either I could see it being the other two members of Dark State interfering, or I could somehow see Team 3D interfere. I mean, this is not going to hurt Dark State. I mean, you're going up against arguably one of the greatest tag teams in the modern era. And it looks like we just went to our first commercial break here, but Shamika, you bring up an interesting point here. Shamika says here over on Facebook, she goes, I wish Edge and Christian could be added to that match at Bound for Glory. Yes, so do I. But Christian is still with AEW. I mean, I doubt Tony Khan would allow that. To be honest, I doubt. That's another possibility. Team 3D helps the Hardys win. But now there has to be something in it for them, though. That's the other thing. And is that if Team 3D helps them, then I could see the scenario playing out where they turn around and go, okay, well, we helped you guys win the belts. We get first dibs at that belt. Because think about it this way. In the legendary run that they've had, the Dudleys, or Team 3D, however you want to look at them, they have never held those tag belts before, the NXT tag belts. So it could be very interesting to see how that plays off. And then that's why this is going to be very, very interesting to see. But like I said, guys, we're still in the middle of a commercial break, guys. Again, thank you for tuning in tonight. I do appreciate it. I know we normally get the show a little bit earlier, but I had some stuff come up. But like I said, we'll be with you guys until the end of this show, this PLE, free PLE, whatever you want to call it. Guys, again, if you want to follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube. We are now I guess not now, we've been there for a while, but we are a national radio show at this point. And while we're in a commercial break, I do want to make one mention. As many of you guys know, we are on Odyssey every Saturday from 12 to 2 through Backstage Radio Network. Give them a like, give them a follow. And every so often, not every so often, once a month, I get the numbers. I get the numbers from Backstage to see how we're doing, see how many listeners we get. And I got the numbers for this week, for the month of September. And we had close to 6,000 listeners for the entire month. Which means if you break that down, it's a little bit over 1,000 people a week. Which, as we're back to the action right now here, if you would have told me that Around the Ropes would be on Odyssey and have over 1,000 people listening every week, I would have told you you're insane. I would never believe this. So I want to, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you guys for helping make this show become something. And I know we're still trying to figure things out right now with the show, but I'll get to David's point here in a second. And guys, I would also appreciate if you guys can definitely share the show tonight. Show your friends, your family, what you guys see here every Tuesday night. But I want to get to David's comment here. He goes, judging the way WWE were in the past with the ECW/WCW invasion story, I have a feeling TNA could come out on top overall. Remember, the Alliance won the invasion many moons ago. Yes. And that's all that I think this is going to help them with. This is going to help them. I mean, it's definitely getting more eyes on TNA. That's for sure. I mean, I think they announced now for Bound for Glory. I know. I mean, also it has to do with the fact that the product is really good. And I've said it for a while. I thought the TNA product has been phenomenal, but now the partnership with WWE now has helped them get elevated now to that next level. And it looks like Darkseid just went for the pin here. Ooh, the Dudleys look like they are on their feet now, so could we possibly see them get involved in this? I mean, I'll put it this way. If somehow Darkseid is able to pull off the miracle upon miracles and get a win here, Jay's checking us out on YouTube saying it was great to be live last night on the airwaves. It's great to be here tonight. Jay, as always, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Actually, you know what we're going to do? I normally don't do this. But if you want to join tonight, since it is a watch along, I'm going to post the link in the comment section. Now, my only requirement is if you want to join, like I said, you are allowed to join. You just have to make sure you are muted. So if you'd like to join, you're more than welcome to join. You just have to make sure wherever you're watching NXT or if you're watching AEW tonight is muted because of copyright reasons. But what I'm saying about with Dark State is if somehow they're able to win, I think especially Bound for Glory is going to get very interesting, to say the least. Very, very telling. But it looks like this is a pretty good match now. This is already going on almost 20 minutes. And this already has had one segment, one commercial already. There's not many matches. There's this one. There's the Mustafa Ali, Ethan Page match, which should be good. Then there is the two Survivor Series matches for the men and the women. So there's 4 matches. Shamika goes, I got NXT on one TV and AEW on the other. Shamika, I'm glad to hear that. Like I said, right now, this is a pretty decent match. I kind of expect this is going to happen. And I think we're about to get the finish. 1, 2, and new. Wow. No schmaz ended. I am very shocked right now. And new NXT Tag Team Champions, the Hardys. I want you guys to think about that for a second. In 2025, we are sitting here on, in October, the weather's changing. We are sitting here saying that the Hardys are your new NXT Tag Team Champions. Wait, hold on. They just had a stare down with Team 3D. I'm curious to see now. I'm very surprised. I thought this was going to be some schmaz ending, some Fugazi ending, but no, the Hardys are your new NXT Tag Team Champions. It looks like so they're doing okay. So if this is how they're going to do it, they're going to do this Women's Survivor Series now, then probably do the Ethan Page, Mustafa Ali, and then close out with the men. Interesting. But guys, whoever, if you're watching this, let me know in the comment section, what do you think? New NXT Tag Team Champions, the Hardys. That's insane to think. It's insane to think. I was thinking about this earlier today. 2025, we're almost actually at the end of the year. So, everybody does reflecting now and all that stuff. And when you look at the world of pro wrestling, It is insane to think what this year has brought us in pro wrestling. And I know we still got a few months to go of 2025, so who knows? But just think about it for a second. We had AJ Styles back in TNA for one night at Slammiversary. This Sunday, we're going to have Team 3D versus the Hardys for the TNA tag titles one last time. A couple of weeks ago, we had Cope and Christian, formerly known as Edge and Christian, taking on FTR. We have had, not only that, look at the independent scene. I mean, the one thing we always talk about here on Around the Ropes is independent wrestling. You guys know that. And I know, for example, like House of Glory, which is a company based in New York City, is doing a show this Friday. And their headline match is Matt Cardona versus Killer Cross. I mean, you're also seeing, like we saw this past weekend over at Creator Pro, with the Dudleys taking on the Dudleys and the major players, taking on a team of Adrenaline Express and Leo Sparrow. I mean, that's the other thing also, is you don't know who's going to show up when it comes to independent wrestling. And that's what makes it so weird. I mean, look at it this way. You also got NWA right now who's thriving. NWA is one of those companies that people, I know for a while, you know, I was very, and I'm still very high on TNA, but I'm also very high on NWA as well. I think NWA especially is one of those companies that people don't give enough credit to. And with the talent they have, with guys like Tom Latimer and Natalia Markova and shit, go down the list. You know, EC3 and Pretty Boy Smooth. The team of Trevor Murdoch and Mike Knox. I mean, those are some formidable teams. And we just found out when NWA returns to center stage in Atlanta, we just found out the Good Brothers. You put the Good Brothers in the NWA, I think they already did the Crockett Cup because we're still seeing it now. But I can see the Good Brothers in the Crockett Cup. And we're now seeing the ad for NXT when they come to New York City in November, the night after WWE does their show at the Garden, which is touted to be seen as last appearance in New York City. So it's kind of interesting that NXT is going to be there. What the hell's wrong with me? I wonder if that means then that we're going to see Mr. John Cena in NXT. I wonder. I really, really wonder. And in case you are a baseball fan right now, you're wondering, Toronto Blue Jays are beating the Yankees 2-0 now in the bottom of the first, but the Yankees have a runner on first base in Aaron Judge. So just want to give that update as well. But guys, like I said, while we're still coming back from commercial break, because it's going to take a few minutes, why don't we go to a quick word from our friends over at Flow, Fantastic League of Wrestling, which is a great company based in the Chicago area. And then we'll be right back with your Survivor Series women's match as Jordan Grace is in the ring. Now, guys, we'll be back with more NXT Showdown Watch Along. We'll be right back right after this.
Their opponents' hopes, like legends under the lights. In this arena.
And we are back live right here on the Around the Ropes radio show, guys. We are watching right now with you the NXT TNA Showdown show. We're now getting the rules for the Survivor Series match. In case you are new to wrestling and you don't know what the rules are. This one is going to be very interesting. I say for this reason. You look at the TNA team. It's the Inspiration. It's Myra Jade, and it's Kalani Jordan. Now, Kalani Jordan, obviously, we know is an NXT talent. But I think everybody else on that TNA team used to be ex-NXT people. So I wonder if a lot of it's going to be revenge on their minds. Because of the fact of how everything, played out. And now we're getting team NXT now coming in with Jada Parker, Sol Ruka, JC Jane, and Lola Vice. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these four women work together. And I think the other thing also we have to realize, look who you have as your referee right now. Jordynne Grace, who is originally a TNA, but she obviously jumped to WWE earlier this year. And what's going to be very telling to see with this one is where's her allegiance going to lie? Is she going to be more TNA or is she going to be more WWE? That's where it's going to be very, very, very telling. While we have a commercial break here for the match to get started, I do want to make a mention here. Next week, Dynasty Week returns. And we have a lot of big Shamika over on Facebook says, yeah, I don't think there's any way that Jordynne Grace isn't going to get involved in this match in some way. Yeah, Shamika, I completely agree with that. Like I said, Dynasty Week returns next week, where we will have time's not confirmed yet, but I do know we'll have ring announcer Leo Larrick's back. We will have the owner and the man behind it all, Mr. Chris Envy, back. And I can announce that next Tuesday, she is becoming the ring announcer, basically, of the Northeast, it feels like. The very talented, your ring announcer for Truly Independent Wrestling, your ring announcer for UWE sometimes, Miss Billy Ann Wolf will be actually joining us next Tuesday. That one I know of. And obviously, we'll have to hopefully get Black Rose back on here. And so much, guys. Again, the Dynasty returns to Empire Live next Saturday, October 18th. For Capital Gains, get your tickets right now. Go to www.purplepass.com/gains. So you're not going to miss that next week. That's going to be a lot of great content. This cough is freaking killing me. And it looks like now the Inspiration are kind of taking control now, which, like I said, this is going to be very telling to see how this one plays out, because I mean that first match went, and this is the thing also you have to also realize. Oh, Jay's here. Let me bring him in, guys. Fan of the show, great in the comment section, but he will be joining us. Jay, welcome to the show.
Hey, John, thanks for having me, brother. I truly appreciate the invite. Thank you very much, man.
Absolutely. I'm glad to get you on here. And here's the nice part: you have to deal with a loud Greek savage tonight.
Wow. It's not as loud as it was last night. You're right about that. but it's definitely good to be on, and it's definitely good to be on to clear my takes. I know I'm writing so fast on that you probably don't even know what I'm trying to say.
Well,
It's a lot easier now.
But what did you think though of that first match with the Hardys and Dark State?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all had the Hardys, right? I think we all want them. We all want them to end their career in WWE. I think that's the right call. So I thought it was the right move. I'm with you. You said something about Dark Stick. I don't know. They were Shield 2.0. I
Yeah,
think they're like Retribution 2.0. They're kind of like this hot group that starts hot for like a month and then creative pretty much has nothing for them, or they're just doing jobs that it's unnecessary to me. I mean, they're talented guys. I don't know why they're not getting, I guess, so much ring time compared to TV time, if that makes sense.
I think my issue with them is we never really knew why we should be invested in them. Also, you have these four guys come to the ring, and it's like, yeah, we're Dark State, we're going to take over. And it's like, we've seen this before.
Yes, absolutely. And we've seen it with Retribution, and how many times we've seen that, and how did it go? How did it end? Didn't really end well.
No.
But there are some promising guys there, like that Dion guy. I don't know his last name, but Dion, he's really good. He's really talented. He's strong. They got some good people there. It's just I don't know if this is the right thing to just put a bunch of guys in a group, because I don't think it's going to succeed, to be honest.
And the problem is, Dark State is your future, in essence, of this company.
Correct.
The fact that you basically made them transitional champions, how is that fair to them?
It's not. I think they just were put in a position to say, hey, we're gonna give you this and let's see what you could do. But how can they prove themselves if booking is not correct for them, right?
I mean, we saw it at Slammiversary back, over the summer when they took on the system and they lost. And at that point, I remember being on the show and I'm like, how can I take this group seriously?
You can't.
When they're losing left and right.
You can, and it's so sad. That's the thing.
Yeah, and right now we're in a commercial break right now, but with this, the way this whole thing is just playing out right now with Dark State is, I feel like they were rushed too quick to the top, and now that it's like, okay, well, now we can put the belts on the Hardys, it's like, well, we're not going to do that. But now I brought up this point beforehand. Does this change Bound for Glory? Because
I can't say, because anything is possible. We've seen it many times at Bound for Glory, so can't really quite call what their plans are.
Well, I'm only saying it because we have obviously Team 3D and the Hardys are going for the TNA tag titles. But now the Duck is I'm busted open this week. Bully Ray said it a couple of times. The Dudleys have never held the NXT tag titles. So now does it become a winner take all type of match?
I mean, it should be at this point. I think this Hardy's match and Dark State was the most important match of the night. I mean, I know what's going on coming up with the tag of, TNA and TNXT, but I think this was the significant match that everybody wanted to see. I think everybody had the Hardys. And I ask everyone this. I mean, is it fair just because a team that's a legend such as the Dudleys, they never held the NXT title, so now we should just transition to them just because they never held it?
No, I don't think it's fair because of the fact that, they're not going to, it would be like, okay, well, we're just going to give them the belts just because of who they are.
Right.
And we actually do have a comment coming in here from a fan of the show, David, who goes, I get the Retribution vibes from Dark State. I feel like they're going to end up on a similar downward spiral. And it's sad because because once again, and we've seen this countless amount of times, WWE focuses too much on the past, doesn't build up the future.
Correct.
And they're going to run into, and I've been saying this now for years, they're going to run into a big problem in 5-10 years from now when, You can't go to the Dudleys. You can't go to the Hardys. You can't go to guys like Finn Balor and AJ Styles and Cena and Brock. What are you going to do then?
Same thing we do with the SmackDown tag team titles. We do nothing. It's in limbo. I call it limbo because it's stuck from reality in the dream world. It's right in the middle, right? Yeah. You have these SmackDown tag team titles, which, I don't know how people feel. I don't know how you feel, John, but tag team titles is very important. I mean, very, very important. It was taken very seriously by some greats. I mean, the Four Horsemen, for God's sakes, the Road Warriors. And now we just giving it to teams that basically are not doing anything with it. They're not being booked correctly, and they're not having much TV time. So how are we elevating a SmackDown tag team title compared to an NXT tag team title? I feel like they're doing the same thing over and over, no matter what it is. And it's really unfair, and I don't like it. John, there's so many tag teams in NXT that you could actually build them around. And I just think they're underutilizing a lot of people, and that's not fair.
No, I agree. I'll go even a step further. Go back to when the Dudleys and the Hardys were at their prime. And how many times do we see tag teams close out the show, have that main event spot?
Yeah. I mean, you're absolutely correct.
And you don't see that. Okay, I'll give you a prime example. Last night on the Battleground War Room show, I had on Dynamite Doll, who is the daughter of Dynamite Kid.
Okay.
And obviously, we all know British Bulldogs, one of the greatest tag teams out there. Even back then, they took tag team wrestling seriously. I mean, don't get me started on the women's tag team belts, because that's going to be a rant in itself. Because I've been saying it for a while, I think they have to get rid of those belts at this point. All it does, except for, and I always bring up this point, except for when Bayley and Sasha held it, and then the Iconics held it after WrestleMania 35. What is a memorable run that any team has had with that belt, those belts?
None.
All it does is, okay, well, we don't know what to do with person A. We don't know what to do with person B. Well, let's just put them together. And, oh, yeah, we're going to give them the belts. But then a week later, oh, we're going to split them up.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I'll give it a step further. What did Naomi and Sasha do with the belts? Nothing. Why did they leave? Because of booking. It wasn't going anywhere. And I feel like they're doing the same limbo no matter what brand you're on. And I truly think, John, that they really undervalue the tag team, which is so sad because a year ago, they brung up the Intercontinental title thanks to Gunther's run.
Yeah.
But you elevate that, but you can't elevate other belts such as the tag team, which is significant in the business. I mean,
and the funny thing is, you have teams in SmackDown right now that should be putting on banger matches with Motor City Machine Guns. Mm-hmm. You have the very odd team, but I think could work, of Javon Evans and Ray Phoenix. Yeah. I think that could work. I mean, you have those guys. Go down the list. Eventually, when Tama Tonga returns, you got the Bloodline there, basically. I just think the problem is I feel like they don't put enough, and you said it before, they don't put enough stock. But how many times do we hear Vince say for years he didn't like tag team wrestling?
Yeah, he said it, a bunch of times, but let's be honest. During the Vince McMahon era, we saw more tag team matches than we're seeing right now in this modern era.
Exactly. We do got a comment coming in here from Sharika, who said, "Oh wait, hold on, let me go to this comment first." She goes, "What even happened?" I guess is what to Retribution members. I know Michin was part of it, but I don't even remember the rest of the people. It was, if I remember correctly, wasn't it?
I don't know the names.
No. It was Shane Mercer, who I think was part of it. I think he was Slapjack, if I remember correctly.
Okay, if he was Slapjack, I think he went to New Japan and had a little run. One of them went to New Japan to have a little run.
And it's actually funny to Mercer, because one of the companies that we work with is Battleground Championship Wrestling, based in Philly, and if this
Yeah,
actually,
there he is.
will be in action against Drake Younger for the BCW Philadelphia Street Fight Championship.
Should be a good match.
To be real. And then you also had Dijak, a part of it. He's now
And he lost that triple threat for the championship with Matt Riddle and some other guy I'd never.
Oh, Cruel.
Yeah.
Cruel. Yeah,
he's still active. At least he's getting his main event spot, right? So.
Yeah. But and then you also had, what's his face? Mace was the other guy.
Mace went with the Maximum Models, right? That guy. Yeah. Okay, so they're still around in the Indies, I believe.
Well, they're doing stuff now in AEW on Ring of Honor.
Okay, so they're because I see them here and there, but I don't know if they had a short contract or long term.
I know they're doing the stuff right now with Johnny TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Johnny Bravo got it. Johnny TV.
Yeah. Yeah, Johnny, just insert whatever name at the end of it.
Put in whatever promotion, just insert any name with it.
I'm trying to think here. Well, you also have to remember you also had Mercedes Martinez in there.
Oh yeah, Mercedes Martinez. I thought she would be a real big deal in NXT.
But she did the smart thing. She left right in the beginning.
Yeah, and she probably left because creative differences. There was nothing there for her, which is sad too because I saw her like a second coming of Shayna Baszler sort of type.
What's sad is I remember all of those names. That's the sad part.
It's a true wrestling fan. You're a true wrestling fan.
Shrika here on Facebook goes, yeah, they were actually
okay.
Because of what AEW is doing right now with the supposed reunion of Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. And if you remember, Max Caster had that 5-minute challenge.
Absolutely remember it.
And I think supposedly Johnny TV and the Maximum Models took it over now, apparently, from my understanding. So, but
sounds like a mess.
But that's AEW for you.
But I'm watching this match. It doesn't make sense to me. I know earlier you spoke about the invasion and this is like a changing of the guard. I agree with you. I think TNA is getting more shine than ever for tonight.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to tell you why. Because you have Santino Marella last week. And let's go back a month before that. You had a bunch of TNA people that don't like NXT guys to hold championships. So my problem is last week they make this match and whatnot. And Santino calls out Kalani Jordan, the new TNA Knockouts champ, but she's an NXT wrestler. So it doesn't make sense to me what they're doing. I mean, maybe they fooled everyone, but you can't fool me. It just doesn't make sense because you come out with this story from the beginning, how Trick is this champ and NXT and WWE shouldn't be holding our titles. But meanwhile, you put Kalani as the leader for your team, but she's NXT. Doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I'll go a step further. You look at the rest of the team. They're all ex-NXT people.
Yeah.
If you look at the whole list, what's her face? Mara Jade used to be Jakara Jackson.
Yeah.
6 months ago.
And Kalani almost blew that last week. She almost called her that until she corrected herself.
And then the inspiration used to be the Iconics. But I also wonder, though, in the back of my mind, had Ash by Elegance, obviously the woman formerly known as Dana Brooke, had she not retired,
so sad.
I think she would have been in that position.
It's just crazy that we still don't know why, but it's just so sad because I'm going to be honest, she was horrendous in WWE, but everyone liked her in the back. And she came to TNA, and I felt like she proved herself. She got her new character, her gimmick, and it took a while, but it worked. And the matches weren't that bad, John. I actually enjoyed some of Dana Brooke's matches in TNA. So when I heard that announcement, it just crushed my heart, man.
I'll go a step further. how many people did we see leave WWE, go to TNA, have a character change, and it actually ended up working out great for them? Because another name that comes to mind is Steve Macklin.
Yeah. You could say Steve Macklin, you could say Drew Galloway. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Yeah, and we're right now, we're back from commercial break right now. Like I said before, and I said this when this match was announced, and it was announced that Jordan Grace was the referee. I'm very curious to see what her involvement is going to be. For the fact of where's her allegiance going to lie?
I just hope that she doesn't do a TNA thing because it just wouldn't make sense to me coming off a match with Blake Monroe. You got the upper hand on that. If I wanted to see something out of her tonight, John and everyone, I'm going to be honest. She needs to go get that shot at JC Jane. If you really want to elevate this person, because she was a beast, and she still is a beast. And TNA, she was a monster. But now it seems like there's like a hurdle she's trying to get over. And I don't know if it's booking and I don't know if it's her. I have no idea.
Well, just want to get to the comments here right now because David actually brings up a very interesting thing. He goes, I tell you who impressed me on Raw last night, guys. Maxine Dupree. She has come a long way. Very impressive. What did you think of her match yesterday with Becky Lynch?
Okay. I had a problem with it because there was a few spots that didn't go right? And especially that botch pin, right? So my problem is this, David and John and everyone. How many times have Michael Cole or John or Joe or Wade or Corey have been promoting Maxine, that she's been training at the dungeon, she's been training with Tyson Kidd, she's been training with Natalia. And FYI, they also mentioned that she was training with Ty at the dungeon last night before the match even happened. So to me, I like the girl. I think she got some potential, but I don't think she's just ready for that prime time spotlight. I think she just needs to work a little more after what I saw last night. And I don't know if it was the nerves. Maybe it was the nerves, John or David. Maybe that drop kick was just nerves and it was just horrendous. I mean, it was horrendous seeing Becky trying to sell it and getting off the ring. It was horrendous seeing the referee mess up the pin. I thought that was horrendous. So I think she just needs a little more work. And I would definitely, I mean, look, she's going to come back on Raw fighting Becky again, right? But let's just give it a few weeks or so and let her train a little bit more and see where it goes.
Well, I mean, you also have to realize, we may have just got our first interesting moment in this match.
No, I'm watching it around. Woof.
Now, here's the interesting thing, though. Let's say JC Jane pins Kalani or Kalani pins JC. Does that devalue the belt, do you feel like?
If Kalani defeats Jay or JC
JC, if let's say JC pins KC or vice versa.
I think it's already devalued, isn't it? I mean, the fact that Kalani's holding it, the fact that Trick Williams been holding it for a few months now, I think they're already devalued, to be honest.
No, I get that. And who's and also I'm very surprised by the way Survivor Series matches usually is 5-on-5.
Correct. And this
so the fact that it's 4-on-4.
You're right. Like,
was that a okay? That was interesting. I think that was a botched pin.
Yeah. I know. So it's a little hiccup over there or something.
You know what's funny? We talk about Maxine being in that spotlight.
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about Kalani being in that spotlight yet.
You don't feel like she's ready to be called up?
I think what you should have done with Kalani, I hate to say it, you should have had to go after Saruka.
Okay.
I don't build.
They did have a match though. She did go after her once.
But I'll put it this way: do you remember back in the day when before you had anybody become champion, like for the men's side, they normally would go for like the IC title first and then be built up, that way. I feel like they should have used the North American title in the same aspect.
And I feel they were onto something with Oba, but the way it was lost and the way it's treated now, I don't know. And like I get the whole Canada thing from Ethan Page, but also again, you're devaluing the North American title because now it's a Canadian title coming out every Tuesday night.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm choosing.
Just got a comment coming in here from Shamika saying
Yeah, I'm lost too.
people have already been eliminated, so I don't have the numbers on each side. I lost track.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree.
I should have mentioned, and I forgot to mention this. Whenever there's an NXT special on, Shamika is our unofficial correspondent.
Oh, awesome.
That's
awesome.
On the ropes, we have a whole crew here.
Yeah, it's totally awesome. That's awesome.
Oh wait, who did Soroka just wait? I didn't see it. Did Soroka just eliminate Kalani?
Not to see. Oh, that was so. Oh my God.
What the hell just happened?
I'll tell you what happened. More botches. That's what's happening. That soul catcher was so bad.
Wait. Oh, hold on. What the? Yes. So they're just. I guess the match is over.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to just say it right now. As much as I love women's wrestling,
You didn't like this
did not do it for me.
I could have told you.
I think I was more concerned about everything else we were talking. Oh, yeah, I just saw it. I just showed it. Oh, I see what happened. Soul went for the soul catcher, but then JC pushed her away to get the pin.
Right.
Ooh, interesting. I don't know why. I still have a feeling we're going to see more big moments in the men's Survivor Series match.
I hope the men's is better than what I just saw tonight.
I feel like the men's. I'm just gonna put it this way. I feel like with the men's, there was more of a story there. I feel like with the women's, it was just, well, we're gonna have 2 Survivor Series matches. Let's just put a bunch of women together.
Yeah. I feel like this was more choreographed compared to what we'll see in the main event, which I think we'll see hard-hitting action. So
exactly. Shamika even says it. She goes, yeah, that match was crazy. There was just too much going on too fast. Yeah, or we call that an AEW match. Oh, did I just say that out loud?
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Jay, the one thing I've always said when it comes to the show is I'm very real when it comes to certain things. And I say it as is. People like it, but people hate it.
Yeah.
And I have not been, in certain aspects, the biggest fan of AEW. For various reasons throughout especially the 4 years of doing this show, that one of my biggest issues with AEW is I feel like they try to put too much in a 2-hour show.
Okay. My issue with them is they have all the right components and the right booking and the right creative, but they don't utilize them. And what I mean by that is I could give an example.
Right ahead.
Kenny Omega got taken out by the Don Callis family by Kyle Fletcher, comes back, whatever, wins a tag match, 6-man tag, gets attacked by the returning Andrade. And it doesn't make sense to me because I could have booked Kenny Omega versus Kyle Fletcher tonight versus NXT, and I probably would have had more viewership on that match than whatever's going on, what we just saw in the 6-man with women. So in the 6-woman tag. So that's my issue. Like they have the money matches, the grudge matches, but they don't utilize them, and it's silly.
On this show, we don't call it the Don Callis family. We call it the modern day NWO.
The modern day NWO. There you go. Excuse me. The modern day NWO.
Well, because look at it this
way. Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
NWO towards the end wasn't half the WCW roster.
Yeah, they had everybody.
I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised if they had Glacier, for God's sakes.
I mean, if you wanted to, an entire AEW Dynamite and just use the Don Callis family.
Yeah, it's a modern day NWO that I don't know why they have all these bunch of guys there. We don't even see them that much.
And what's his face? I heard Wardlow is out again.
That was probably the worst return that I probably ever seen, and that's probably the saddest thing that I ever felt for a guy. I mean, it's so sad that you come, you make your return, you whoop ass, and you tore your pec.
Yes,
it's totally insane.
Mika just said right now in AEW, it's the Gates of Agony versus the Hurt Business.
Not interested because Hurt Business doesn't do correct business. So no, I'm not interested.
And my issue is with Gates of Agony. Yeah, the Gates of Agony, those guys are, you want to talk about formidable tag team. The Gates of Agony are definitely up there. But with the addition of Ricochet, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that.
You feel like they would just put in this group and it's just going nowhere?
Yeah. I feel like with Ricochet, for example, yeah, they made him heel and he's done great as a heel, but it's like, okay, well, why do you have to put him in a tag team?
Well, maybe perhaps the fact that we have nothing to do with him. We don't know how to book Ricochet and we don't know who to put him with.
I mean, I'll put it this way. You have guys like Okada. You have guys like Mercedes Moné. And you're not pulling in the views, then something's wrong. I'm just going to say it right now. The fact that you got people like, ooh, Cardona's backstage right now with Ava. Ooh. Could Cardona play a role in that match tonight?
Should. I expect them to have a big night tonight.
I mean, I did read something that Cardona does not have a contract right now with either company.
Oof. This is what you say. Just bring him in NXT and slowly bring him back to the main roster.
I got it. Have him get paired with his wife.
Use the wife to get leverage.
Well, no, not only that. Have it be, she's like the secret hervis, whatever you call it.
Yeah, her
president or something.
Okay. Do you feel that Cardona's gimmick of what we've seen the past 2-3 years, do you feel that WWE will take that in, or they're just going to cut a lot of stuff?
No, I think now. Hold on, I just want to get this quick comment here.
Sure.
Shamika goes, I need to see Cardona versus Paige for the custody of Chelsea.
Oh, gosh.
I got it. Chelsea agreed on a pole match.
Hey,
Cardona.
Might happen.
But it's funny, like right now we're getting the introduction right now for Mustafa Ali. I keep calling him Mustafa because that's what I remember him as.
I used to call him Mustafa. Look at me back in the day. Oh gosh.
What I like with this though is last week, and I know this one, there wasn't really a story built there. But what I like with this one is they didn't really need a story because they went back to when he was a part of NXT.
Right.
Remember the match he was supposed to have right before he got released was for the North American title.
Correct.
So I like how they were able to kind of connect the dots that way with him turning around saying, yeah, I may have gotten released from this company, but I never got a shot at that title.
And I said it here in the past in chats that Mustafa Ali, I think, is on another level. I think he should have been TNA champ or the next TNA champ after Bound for Glory. But this guy, he's legit. I feel like he's one of those guys, John, that we could put on the list that redefined himself, redefined who he was, his gimmick. It works. I like it. Who doesn't like a politician speaking up? So This is all good. I think this is going to be one of the great matches we're going to see tonight.
And here's the weird part about this. With how much success Ethan Page had in TNA, it is still weird to see Ethan Page holding a WWE title against TNA.
Don't even remind me about those bad days that Ethan Page had and at TNA. There were some bad times. Really bad times.
But could it be worse than AEW run?
I think so. I never saw a guy fight himself. Did you see that on TNA? Because I sure have. That was bad.
Well, also,
bad.
We also can't forget his greatest match of all time against the We Nominal. When they did the whole thing, this was during the pandemic, if you remember. And it was Ethan Page taking on Hornswoggle, but Hornswoggle was dressed up as AJ Styles.
Yeah. So bad.
But no, and that actually could be a future topic on this show down the road, is TNA guys who left WWE who redefined themselves and actually did something. Because I mean, we mentioned Ali, we mentioned Steve Macklin, but there's so many other guys there. I mean, another guy, Brian Myers.
Yeah.
He's another guy who left. I know he had a few stints in WWE, left WWE, went over to TNA, started the system, or became part of the system. And I mean, he's done great stuff now.
Yeah, and he's continuing, and he's doing outside great stuff in the indies and Creative Pro. So,
which I got to give them a shout out. They had a great show this past weekend.
Okay.
It was called Base Brawl over in Merrick. And it was, I didn't get a chance to go. I was at a concert. But from what I saw, it was great because they had, in a tables match, the team of VSK, it was Adrenaline Express and Leo Sparrow taking on the team of Bubba Ray Dudley, Matt Cardona, and Brian Myers.
What was the outcome?
Dudley, Bubba Ray, and the major players won.
Now, is it true that Devon is going to be in the next show, I think, in November? Creative Pro? Or?
I'm not sure, but I know he is going to be at Bound for Glory.
Okay.
The Sunday. I'm not sure about that. I can ask my sources, also known as the ring announcer, who I'm good friends, who used to be on the show, actually.
Okay. Yeah,
cool. But yeah, but like I said, if you ever get the opportunity, and I say this weekly on the show, to go to an independent wrestling show, I highly recommend going.
Oh yeah, I'm already lined up for Battle in the Borough too there, so I'm already lined up.
I will be there for that one.
Should be a good one.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's good. That's good, especially the big 6-man elimination match happening.
Yep. It's Team Savage versus Team Storms. This should be an interesting one.
Oh yeah, I wonder if Savage and Storms are going to get involved.
Something got to happen. As I said last night, something got to set up for Battle in the Borough 3. So something's going to go down.
I got it. DJ Storm and Greek Savage for the World Heavyweight title.
I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I would love to see DJ Storms challenge Ox for the Savage Heavyweight Championship in the opening match. I would love to see it.
It's funny. I've said a lot of stupid things when it comes to wrestling. Ox Adams is one person I would not want to piss off.
And Phil Insane, I wouldn't want to piss off either.
No.
Guys scare me at Brattle Pro. It's like, Jesus, you wear this mask?
Not like that. But, another company, just want to make a mention of is you have, obviously, you mentioned Battleground Championship Wrestling down in Philly, the end of October. And obviously, we have the match going on right now. So let me just go through just very quickly, the matches. And these are actually, it's weird that this is going to be on an independent wrestling show. We announced this Monday night before the number one contenders match for the BCW women's title. Danny Moe takes on Lena Cross. Also in action, yes, Jay, I'm not kidding you with this one.
Wow.
Here we go.
Holy crap. Is
Gangrel.
this real?
This is WCW 1999 all over again.
Is this really real?
Yeah.
Gangrels? Wow. I haven't seen
Also, as you mentioned before, Drake Younger takes on Shane Mercer. And yes, I'm not kidding you with this one. The Powers of Pain take on 2 members of Blackout. Also, we have... No, go ahead, Jay.
I said that group looks like Dark State. Just say.
Also, Masada takes on 2 Cold Scorpio.
Wow. That's awesome. Too cool.
You also have... Yes, this is
I'm
real.
afraid of that guy. I'm telling you.
Phil Insane taking on Matt Tremont in a Halloween House of Horrors match.
I would not like to be in that match if I was Matt.
And we also found out Alvin Alvarez, who's been on this show, it's been on the Battleground War Room before, will take on Dangerous Danny Doran.
Legend.
On the line, it was going to be a #1 contenders for the BCW heavyweight title. But hold on, let me just go back here. And then also, and we're in a commercial break right now, so I can mention this one.
Sure.
We also have, if I saw it correctly, now again, I'm not sure how legit this one is, but we also saw Shellac will be in action.
That's
again,
cool.
Beastman.
I like the fact that they have some ECW originals. I hope we just see some in the crowd on that night.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. And it's the funny thing is, being in that building is insane. I've had the luxury of being in that building a couple of times.
You're blessed.
First time I walked into that building and I went to the mural. And also, we can announce this as well. Around the Ropes, Battleground War Room, whichever, I don't know which way it's going to be presented yet. We'll be live doing the pre-show from the ECW building.
Wow.
And what makes it even more special, I can confirm this. There is a stage. If you walk into the entrance area,
Okay.
there's a stage where back in WrestleMania weekend, Busted Open was live on that stage. Well, I can't confirm this. This show, Around the Ropes, Battleground War Room, will be live on that stage as well.
Wow. Kudos, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats. I definitely can't wait to see that, man. Congrats. That's truly awesome, man.
Thank you. And then Shamika says, another AEW tag team. Hey, I don't know what she's referring to.
I don't know. Maybe she could clarify it for us.
And the graphics should be coming out soon. But I also can confirm GCW, Game Changer Wrestling, will be returning to the American Dream Mall in November 22nd.
I thought you were going to say they're going to AC. I was like, oh, yes.
Oh, Jurassic Express.
Oh, Jurassic. Okay. That makes sense.
And beforehand, Tommy Fierro, who is a legendary promoter up here in the Northeast, is doing a fan slam prior to the show. Admission is free as long as you have a ticket for the event later on. I can confirm Around the Ropes will be live from the American Dream Mall ahead of GCW's return to that building.
Wow.
And
there's more.
Not sure yet who's good, but there also might be some special guests.
Wow.
You have to wait and see.
Now I'm definitely in tune on that one.
Oh, what do you think of Pac's new haircut?
I'm not a fan of it.
Do you know when he showed up when he showed up after being off of TV for a while? It literally took me like 5 minutes to figure out it was him.
Right? I was like, who is this guy?
And I'm looking, and I'm like, did he get taller?
He looked like he lost some muscle, right? Like some muscle weight. Yeah, I think you're onto something, John.
He looks like. And when I saw him, I'm looking at him going, that's Neville, or Pac now as we know him. But I'm like, that's not the same Mighty Mouse from a couple of years ago in WWE.
Yeah, I don't know with his haircut and where's he going. I don't know. But I'm going to say this. I got two things to say because I know you're going to go to commercial breaks soon. So I'm going to say one. Number one, this match is really, really great. Ethan Page and Mustafa Ali. And number two, I think John forgot, which is why Ray is not here tonight. But they did give everybody here last week a homework assignment about their top 10 wrestlers. I do have my list to share, just to inform John and everyone here and Ray that's probably watching me. Hi, Ray.
We didn't forget that, but unfortunately, Ray had
No, I understand an emergency.
Yeah, emergency. That's actually going to be what we're going to be doing next week on the show. We're going to be doing that next week.
No problem.
But so we got that coming up. And also forgot to mention, like I mentioned before, House of Glory is set to do a show on Friday.
Yeah, the Killer Cross and Matt Cardona.
And here's the funny thing. I'll just go through the card quickly. You got Cross and Cardona. You got Charles Mason and DeRice. I have no idea who that is. But here's where it gets interesting. Zilla Fatu versus Bear Bronson for the Crown Championship. You also have Indy Hartwell taking on Zeta Steele for the women's title.
Ugh.
And how is this for a dream match? Leon Slater versus Amazing Red.
Wow. Amazing Raid's coming out. Oh, man.
And
that guy.
Could the Hardys win another set of tag belts? Because Friday night, the Hardys take on Main Event.
I actually like Main Event. Ugh.
Title for title. But after tonight, I wonder if it's going to be title for title for title.
I think you should give it to the Hardys, right? Just to help them.
But now I wonder now, does that change Bound for Glory even more?
No. I think they should make an announcement Thursday stating that the NXT title should be on the line as well. They should make some kind of announcement. They should.
I agree with you 100%. But what we're going to do now, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, quick word from our friends over at Flow, and we will come back with more talk as we continue to do our watch-along of NXT Showdown. And also, I will explain to Jay and everybody else why the name change. There is a reason behind it. And what that reason is, I'll explain right after here. Guys, you are listening or watching the Around the Ropes radio show. We'll be right back right after this.
Their opponents' hopes, like legends under the lights. In this arena
And we are back live here on the On Rope Radio Show. Now, obviously, we got the fantastic match. Also, want to make a mention here, in case you were wondering, the New York Yankees are currently losing 6-1 to the Toronto Blue Jays.
Oh, man. It's truly over.
I will just say this much right now. Obviously, many of you guys know I also do I-86 After Dark, which is a great sports show.
Absolutely.
When we're back live tomorrow night, I know we're going to be talking a lot about hockey, but there may or may not be a little rant in me that a certain manager from a certain team in the Bronx should be getting his walking papers after this. But, guys, that will be coming to you live tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, over on I-86 After Dark and on the all-new ATR Network YouTube pages. So definitely check that out. We're starting to build up a really good show there. But I want to just get quickly here, because I know originally when this was announced, this was called Invasion. That was the original name of it. There's a reason for the name change.
Correct.
Because today is actually an anniversary. And it's actually not a good anniversary. Let me put it that way. And obviously, Jay, you've been watching the show now for a bit of time now. You know I don't like to talk politics on the show at all.
Me either.
But this sort of is a little bit of politics, but it's going to explain the name change. As it looks like Ethan Page is victorious tonight.
Great match. Great match. I love this match. That suicide dive to the announcer table was ridiculous.
Whoa. Who's the? Oh.
Wow.
Interesting. But for people who are watching right now who may not know or are sitting there saying, John, what are you talking about? 2 years ago on this day, Hamas, which is a terrorist organization in the Middle East, invaded Israel. It was the deadliest day in the history of Israel. A lot of people lost their lives. When it was announced of invasion, there were people within the Israeli government who felt that the name wasn't appropriate because of the anniversary. And that's why they also came up with Showdown. But also, I think calling it Invasion, I want to just bring this up, I think was a little weird in this perspective. We know of the partnership with NXT and TNA. We know they've been working together. To call it an invasion after we know they've been working together kind of defeats the purpose of calling it an invasion. I think if it would have never been reported of the partnership and it was kept, close to the chest. I mean, again, I don't think they should have called it invasion because of what happened. And I had a friend of mine mention this to me. I'm not going to mention names, but he said to me, he goes, well, the people complained when they called it invasion in 2001 after we had 9/11. And I said, there's a difference between the two. There's a big difference between the two. Hamas invaded Israel. Al-Qaeda attacked the U.S. There is a big difference between the two. So that was just my way of just presenting it in case people weren't aware about why the name change. That's basically the name change. The reason
and I think, and just to add to what you're saying, and I think WWE did a great job acknowledging it. I don't think they did it on purpose. They absolutely recognized and they changed it right away. Am I a fan of Showdown? No, but it is what it is, and that's all. The fact that they recognizing it and they did something about it just tells you a lot about the WWE and what they stand for.
I give them a lot of credit because there are a lot of people who are like, why should I care? It didn't affect me. You could have kept. I'm like, people lost their lives. But again, when we come here every Tuesday, we're meant to have fun. So I know that was a little bit of a somber note, but I just wanted to bring that up as well. And it looks like we're going to get quite a long main event.
Good.
Because it's only 9:22. And we're ready at the main event.
unless the entrances are like 15, 20 minutes long.
Well, that's my thing, though. They give everybody full-blown entrances.
Ugh.
But I want to ask you something here while we're in a commercial break. Obviously, we're a couple months away from Cena's retirement match in DC on Saturday's main event. There's been a lot of talk, and there's been a lot of supposedly rumblings of who it's going to be. From my understanding, it seems like it is going to be Gunther. From my understanding, do you think that is the right choice?
No, because I don't think he needs it. This guy is a multi-champion. This guy had the longest run as champion in NXT UK. This guy had the longest run with the Intercontinental Championship. So what does having a match, whether you win or lose, signify Gunther? I don't think he needs it whatsoever. I think it was the wrong call if that's what they're going to go for.
Well, I've said it now for a couple of weeks of who I think it should be. I've been saying for a couple of weeks now it should be Braun Breaker.
And I agree with you, but you know what? That's number one on my list. That you and I are on the same page. But if I were to have someone that wouldn't be Braun, I think it would be Seth freaking Rollins. And why? Well, this guy's been putting the work ever since WrestleMania. He's been putting it in, day out, whether he's champion or not. And I think for a guy, Cena, to have his last hurrah, you want a guy that's going to work, and that's going to work more than John Cena. And that person is Seth Rollins. I think he could do it. I know he can. He could carry John through a 15-minute match, and John could still have his happy ever after, have the win, bada bing, bada boom. But, you know, you and I on that Braun Breaker, and I think he really needs it if you want to signify a star.
Well, I'll go a step further. Again, obviously, we don't know who it's going to be. So right now, we're just speculating who we think it's going to be. I've heard people think it's going to be Brock Lesnar. But I got another name. And I've been a huge proponent of building up stars from NXT. Have them come up, build them up the right way. And I got a guy who, if done right, he could be a mega star on the main roster.
I have one guy in mind, but I don't know if we're on the same page.
Well, a couple weeks ago, this gentleman did lose the NXT title to Ricky Saints.
So we are on the same page.
What about Obafemi?
Yeah, I think he's ready. But I ask you this. Do you think Obafemi can lead a match with that caliber, final match with John on that night? I don't think he's ready to lead a 15-minute match.
No, but what I could see happening, if you don't go that route now with him, you know who I could see Obafemi kind of be in that position with? Brock.
Okay. I could see it.
Especially, think about it this way. SummerSlam next year is in Minneapolis.
Oof.
Think about it. It's 2 nights again. Main event, night 2. Brock Lesnar, Obafemi.
I wouldn't say main event just for the fact that Brock likes to get his matches over with. That would be a great main event if they do that.
I'm just saying, you want to talk, and I'm very big, and I've said this for years on this show. I'm very big in what should close, that you don't always have to have a title close out a show.
Absolutely.
I mean, I said it a couple of years ago when Punk first came back to AEW. And if you remember, it was All Out when they were still doing the run in Chicago. And it was Punk and Darby Allin. And I think the main event ended up being Christian and Kenny Omega, I think. If memory serves me right.
Could be right.
And I remember saying it on the show. Okay, apparently next Tuesday, we're getting Josh Briggs and Cardona. El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. takes on Lexis King. Interesting. So those are the 2 matches confirmed now for next week.
I'm surprised Lexis King is coming back because I heard the news on his Instagram that his brother passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm kind of surprised he's coming back right away. It's very surprising.
Who's that?
Condolences to Lexus King.
I totally agree with that. I'm going to say this right now. Leon Slater's coming out to the ring right now. I was in the building when he won the title, the X Division title. I was there live for that.
How was it?
This kid is definitely a future. Oh, I see how they're doing it. The TNA guys are coming through the crowd.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing also. Think about this for a second. We got Frankie Kazarian coming to the ring. A TNA original, former AEW superstar in the WWE ring.
Insane.
And then we got Moose.
I'm just so happy for Frankie because I know he's been trying so hard to get this opportunity in WWE. I'm just glad he finally got his recognition and he finally got the opportunity, whether it's a one-off or not. I'm just really glad, John. He was one of my dudes. Him, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, you name it. I mean, I'm just glad. I'm truly glad, man.
And it's funny. I said this coming out of Slammiversary, again, being in that building for that match with Santana and Trick Williams and Joe Hendry. I think, it was a triple threat.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah. I said it after that show. I think putting the belt, because we all know Santana's going to be next in line for that belt.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're going to get the same reaction up in Massachusetts on Sunday that you would have gotten if you would have put the belt on him at Slammiversary.
Agreed.
I think it would have been. And what we're going to actually do midway through this, depending on how this match goes, we'll definitely give you guys our predictions for Crown Jewel and for Bound for Glory as well. Because, guys, it's weird. I say this every week on the show. It's always a busy week for pro wrestling. And you have the regular shows during the week. You got Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW. Actually, what's weird, technically you have no wrestling tomorrow. If you want to be technical. Because you got Dynamite tonight. So technically there is no wrestling tomorrow. So it just dawned on me, I'm like, wait. Then you got Crown Jewel Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Oh, no. Yeah, Saturday at 8 a.m.
Gosh.
But then you also remember, you got Raw on Monday at 8 a.m.
Can't watch that. I work, man.
But you know what's funny, though? I don't mind that because I still remember back in the day when they used to tape Raw and we would know, and all of a sudden you'd see on social media, well, this person appeared or this person appeared. It's like now you don't have that anymore.
Yeah. But I just don't know about that 8 a.m., man. It's like, so I'm going to wake up going to work knowing that Raw is going to be live. It's like, dude, man, how can I be invested?
You know, but you know what's funny though? How many times was it when Vince was running things that we would see a show like in Australia on Saturday or Sunday, and they would be Monday night, they'd be like in like Chicago.
Yeah, right. That was like so random, and then everybody has to like catch a flight after your match, just get on the plane and get out of there.
But now, the one thing I like though is now, you know, they do the show and then they'll do like Raw from the same town.
Right. They're trying to be more global, which it's working little by little, but I still think there still needs more work in order to fully be global.
Oh no, it's
still more work to be done.
Well, you know what we're gonna do now while we're in the commercial break, and we'll keep you guys posted on this. I want to pull up Crown Jewel quickly and just talk about, because like I said, guys, this is going down this Saturday. Yeah, it's this Saturday. 8
a.m.
Yeah. Mind you, it's Crown Jewel, but not in Saudi Arabia.
I'm happy. Well, am I happy? Think about it. If it was in Saudi, it probably would have started at 12 or 2.
Probably, which means that war would have been at a reasonable time.
So maybe I do miss the Saudi. Just for the fact it's in the afternoon.
This one's an interesting one. Actually, I'll hold that one to the end. It's 5 matches. Roman Reigns, Bronson Reed, in a Australian street fight. Who do you see winning that?
It's got Bronson, just for the fact he took the L before, and this is his hometown.
Well, I'm going to ask you this now. Does this close out Crown Jewel?
No. I think it should open it. If you want to start red hot, I think you need to start with a street fight.
Shamika brings up a very interesting comment here. I definitely want to give them a shout out as well. If you're up in the Albany area, there is a little place in the MVP Arena called the International Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. Phenomenal building. I was there the year they opened the building. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to go. But then I was there the year after. I actually got a chance to walk through that building. Holy crap.
Amazing, huh?
The artifacts that they have. My mouth was on the floor.
Let me ask you this. What was the most memorable artifact that really wowed you? Like, wow.
You're going to laugh. Being a Busted Open fan, the pink rope.
Bully?
No, the Dave LaGreca.
Dave LaGreca. Okay, the robe?
The pink robe.
The robe that he took out of the Hall of Fame and gave to The Rock?
Yeah. Well, because with that, I just felt that being, in this position of hosting a show and having the show become something, it kind of gave me the possibility, like, okay, maybe somewhere down the road, something around the ropes could be in there. Again, that's wishful thinking, but never say never.
Listen, everybody puts in the hard work. Anything is possible. You just got to put that hard work. And you're doing it, John. I've been seeing you. I've been following you. I had the pleasure of having you on the show. I mean, you're doing amazing things. You're going to the mall, the GCW, all that. I mean, kudos, man. That's putting in the work. And I think a lot of people in our society just kind of lose that fact, especially some wrestlers when they want to get over, but they're just being lazy and they don't take advantage of what's around them. And that's why I kind of get pissed off at them, because they talk all this stuff, but you have all the tools in front of you and you don't utilize them. And it's silly.
It's funny. A couple weeks, and I appreciate what you just said. A couple weeks ago, I had a rant where I felt like, and this was more towards indie wrestlers, I felt like indie wrestlers don't do media. And what I meant by that is this. They have an opportunity to do a free 30-minute interview with a show that is seen across the nation and, to be honest, around the world. And when people don't take up on that opportunity, it pisses me off, because I'm looking at it going, if you get to WWE or AEW and let's say you're going to AEW and they're doing AEW Dynamite in Miami, and they want to fly you in Monday to do media. What do you tell Tony Khan? Oh, I don't want to do media? You'll be in catering for the next 6 months.
Yeah, and I do know some indie wrestlers, not as much as you, I'm sure, but I do know some, and I speak to them, and I tell them, hey, you should go on that show, you should go on this show, just put your name out there. Some of the answers I get is kind of ridiculous. One person I'm not going to mention just said, "Oh, well, nobody really watches that show at that time, and I don't really want to get." But how do you know that? Anybody could watch anything, and anything is possible. I mean, for God's sakes, there's singers that have been found on YouTube.
Yeah,
YouTube. What makes you think if these wrestlers, they use social media, they could find you? Some promotion could utilize you. Hey, I'm from SCW. This is from Oregon. I want to use you. You never know. But if you don't try,
Exactly.
then what it is, you know.
It's funny. Shamika brings up something that she's seen at the Hall of Fame. They have a championship belt collection.
Wow, really? Wow.
Yeah. Definitely go check it out.
I do want to go there. I've never been.
This week for their induction, Trish Stratus is going to be there.
Yes, very big.
I know it's going to be Trish. I think Johnny Rod's going to be up there and a few other.
Johnny Rod.
I think he's going to be part of it too.
Super legend. Super legend.
But like I said, definitely go check it out. Go support them. I'll be back up there next week for Dynasty as they do a show at Empire Live.
That's awesome, man.
So and then next week, I mentioned this beforehand, I'll mention this again. Next week is Dynasty Week again on the show, where we will have on the ring announcer, Leo Larix. We'll also have on the owner, Chris Envy.
Wow.
Yeah. We're also going to have on, I don't know for sure about the wrestlers per se, but I do know next Tuesday on the show, obviously, again, hopefully Ray is back next week, and hopefully he doesn't have another medical thing. But I do know next week joining the show is I feel like now she's becoming the ring announcer of the Northeast.
Billy
will be on the show next week.
Awesome.
So it'll be nice to have her.
Billy's doing her thing. Got a big lineup.
I said to her on Facebook when she posted the dates of what she has coming up.
Yeah.
I looked at her, I'm like, look at her and I right now. Two people who were fans who are now getting these opportunities. I mean,
and why is that, guys? Because you guys put in the hard work. When you put in the work, you get results, John. And that's what you and Billy are getting. And that's why when I see stuff like that on social media, she posts or whatever you post, I get thrilled because it's like, wow, these people are really fans. They're grinding. They're putting in the work. And look at the opportunities that are opening on their doorsteps that they would have never dreamed of.
No. Apparently, Kaden Carter. Oh, that's who they went with?
Kaden Carter, the dreadlock girl, right?
Yeah.
Not the other one, not the little one, the dreadlock. That's who they brung up? Oh. Horrible. You know, I had, just to say to everybody, I had Shanti. Because she lives in Orlando. So I had her, but
I had another idea and I saw a few people mention this one. It's the 10-year anniversary of the takeover battle with Sasha and Bailey.
Today.
I think it's today.
Oh, wow.
And who was the biggest Bailey fan back in the day? She is a wrestler.
The biggest Bailey fan?
Is it?
I know who. Don't tell me. I think she's a champion right now. I'm not sure. I know who you're talking about. Maybe the last name's with an M. Maureen. No, you gotta tell me. Izzy. What was her last name? I'm sorry.
Moreno, I think.
Moreno. Yeah.
She's a wrestler now.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if she's still a champion. She's a champion.
I don't know if she is, but I know she lives in Florida. Yeah. And how it would have been the 10-year anniversary of Sasha versus Bailey.
That's actually a great call. I never thought of that. That's actually.
But I think to have Kaden Carter,
I don't understand.
No offense to Kaden Carter. I think she's a talented wrestler.
Yes.
But that's who you're gonna have as the big reveal?
No. No good.
But
you see what I mean, John? That they're going to head and they have this weak card when they don't really need to present a weak card. This is what I'm talking about.
But just going back, and I appreciate what you said before, but going back to the, what you said before about, the opportunities with what Billy's getting with Supernova Wrestling and with Dynasty and all these companies. And then look at what I'm getting right now with Battleground in Philly. We have the Wrestling Against Cancer thing happening in Florida coming up next April. there is supposedly something in the works with Jason Knight doing a Bulls Mahoney show coming up that we'll be a part of. So it's the little, and this is what I always tell people: don't ever give up.
Yeah, just because somebody closes the door on you doesn't mean there's other doors that won't open.
Yeah, but I want to get back to
Crown Jewel.
Yeah, the Crown Jewel. So we're both in the agreement then, Bronson Reed.
Correct.
Win. Next, we have Rhea Ripley and Io Sky taking on the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane.
Got Rhea and Io.
Yeah, I don't know yet about Asuka and Kairi yet. I don't know how I feel about them. Especially now we know Asuka's heel. Not too sure about Kairi. So I don't know about that.
I don't know either. But I feel like if I were to say who was the star out of the three in the whole storyline, I'm going to go with Kairi.
I can see her kind of being like the underdog. That's the vibes I get with her.
The vibe I'm getting is if you really want to make her break out, this is the opportunity.
Yeah. We got a few matches. There's only 5 matches on this card. John Cena will be in action, taking on AJ Styles.
Cena.
After what we saw at WrestlePalooza, he has to get the win here.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, these next 2 titles are for the WWE Crown Jewel Championships. Stephanie Vaquer takes on Tiffany Stratton.
You see, that one I'm a little conflicted. Just the way they're both booked. But if I had to choose, I'm going to give Stephanie the edge. Tough call, though.
I would say, honestly, I've been impressed with what Tiffany has done as champion.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like she needs some sort of change. I feel like she's better as a heel.
Yeah, we're in agreement. It's just that it's so conflicted for me because they're building this undefeated streak, and every time she comes out, they talk about it. So I don't know if they want her to take the L or not. It's just very conflicting.
I just think with Tiffany, to me, she comes off like, you remember when she first came up in NXT and she was like that rich girl,
that clueless girl.
Yeah. That's what I could see her doing. And I think that would be perfect for her.
She was the clueless girl that got a lot of heat and everybody liked her.
It's funny. Shamika over on Facebook says, I'm over Tiffy time.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? This is what I'm saying. She needs a character change. Shamika is just one person, but how many people in the wrestling community, I don't want to say IWC because that's a whole different avenue. How many people in the wrestling community have that same feeling?
I think a lot of people do. I think Shamika, you, me, I think we're all in agreement. There needs to be a change in Tiffany Stratton. And, you know, I was never a fan of her as a face from the get-go. I just think they used a catchphrase as Tiffy time and they just rolled with it. And now this is what we get. And I'm sorry, everybody. I'm tired of seeing her fighting Nia Jax. I'm so over it. I'm done.
Well, now we got this one is going to be an interesting match. Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins.
Very interesting match. Very interesting what we saw last night. But even before whatever I saw last night, I had Seth winning.
We talked about before with John needing the win. Seth needs to win here.
Absolutely.
Because if you're going to go into this thing with Seth being your world heavyweight champion and he's going to lose to Cody, mind you, he's already lost 3 matches to Cody already. He's 0-3 against him right now. How's that going to look for you as your champion when your champion is 0-4 against the other champion?
Not going to look good at all. Not going to look good for the vision.
I could see the scenario. I hate to say it. If Seth loses, I'm just going to say this right now. Watch the Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker attack him.
I could see it.
Think about it. They have Seth turn face.
Go like this, right?
Ooh, that's an interesting thing.
Take him out. Take him out.
She thinks Punk is going to get involved.
I don't know. That's kind of interesting, but also I don't know how he can get involved in this, just for the fact how they built the story. But it's very interesting.
It's definitely an interesting thing. But while we got a few minutes left, I want to just go over Bound for Glory quickly because
Sure, man.
first
So
time,
far, good match, by the way.
I've been keeping.
This good match.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't usually look forward to TNA shows that much, but for some reason, Bound for Glory this year is probably the most excited I've ever been for a TNA show.
Wow. I just want to say I always watch Bound for Glory every year. So, but this is the most that you're excited for. That's insane. That's crazy. Wow. That's good, man. That's really good.
Here we go. I'm gonna go from the bottom to the top. Again, these matches are not in order.
Okay. Shoot.
First match we got here. Frankie Kazarian defends the AEW, the TNA International Championship against Steve Macklin.
I'll stay with Frankie.
I'm going to go Frankie on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to stay with Frankie.
I feel like Frankie's done well with that belt, and I feel like Macklin really doesn't need it.
Nah, you don't need it.
I'm assuming this is going to be the main event.
Okay.
Mike Santana, Trick Williams.
We all know who's going to win that one. Has to be Santana. Has to be.
We thought that at Slammiversary too.
He should have won at Slammiversary, as you stated earlier.
Yeah.
Should have won. I don't know how I feel about a Boston crowd cheering a guy from Bronx, New York. I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm going to hold off on the tag title match for 1 second.
Sure.
Kalani Jordan defends the Knockouts World title against Indy Hartwell.
I got Kalani. I'm sorry.
I gotta agree. I think Kalani wins. I think it'd be really weird. You do this whole thing, have Kalani win the title, and then all of a sudden have her drop it to Indy this quickly.
I don't think she's ready yet.
We also have the System taking on Order 4 and a 10-person intergender hardcore war.
I'll go with the 4. Just for the fact I like Tasha Steele. I think she's a badass.
Well, the one I like from that group is Special Agent Zero.
Okay, yeah. He's good too, man.
He's actually an independent wrestler.
Really good. He's been impressing me, actually. So I'm glad you said that name.
I've seen him wrestle quite a bit.
Yeah. And
I think
it's impressive.
If you ever get a chance, there's a company in upstate New York called Immortal Championship Wrestling.
Okay.
There was a match. It was actually my first Immortal show I ever went to, where Bill Collier, who's Agent Zero, sorry to break kayfabe there, but that's who it is, took on Spencer Slade. Spencer Slade, we see him now in NWA.
My guy.
What a match those two had. Definitely go back and check that out. I got Order 4 as well. I think the System, it has enough Teflon in them.
Yeah, they've done it all.
You can take a loss here.
They've done it all.
Okay, this can't be real.
Oh, gosh. I'm scared to hear what you're going to say.
Tessa Blanchard versus Gia Miller?
Gia Miller? Who's
The
Gia Miller?
She's the backstage correspondent.
Gia Miller? I'm trying to think. I know.
Okay. Do you remember at Slammiversary where?
Okay. The blonde one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Pushed and everything.
Yeah. They're gonna have a match.
I can't believe you actually said that. I have to see it with my own eyes Friday, but I'm gonna go with Gia Miller.
I would have to as well. Then we also got. Oh, okay. Pele Shamika just confirmed it.
She attacked twice. I only seen the one at Slammiversary, so.
Then we have. Interesting. Then we have the Quality Shot Gauntlet.
Okay.
As of now, there's only one person, two people, announced. So it's going to be 18 vacants.
And some of them will probably be a surprise that we won't expect either.
The only two that are announced are Mance Warner and Li Ying Lee. They're the only two announced.
I cannot select my choice without.
I can't either because.
So yeah.
How do you go to your biggest show of the year and one of the biggest Rumble-esque matches and only announce two people? What are you gonna have? 18 surprises?
You said, yeah, it doesn't make sense whatsoever.
How many? Okay, here's a super question: how many of them are gonna be NXT guys?
I think they might. I really think they might. You got to put a surprise in a Rumble, so there is going to be a shocker or a oh my god moment.
I got it. Greek Savage.
Hey, might as well. The 18th be DJ Storms.
Then we also have the Inspiration taking on the Elegance brand for the TNA Knockout World Tag Team title.
Elegance.
I don't know though. I think the Inspiration for this one.
I could see it, but Elegance, I think, are so talented. So they're really great. Those girls.
And this one is, I'm calling it right now, this one is going to be your match of the night. And I'm not talking about the tag titles. Leon Slater, Javon Evans, your X Division title on the line. I'm going to say right now, this opens the show on Sunday.
It should. I'm totally in agreement with you, but damn, I would love Javon Evans to win, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
Nah, I think Leon. They're not going to have three of the biggest titles on the men's side be NXT guys.
Okay, but how many times can we see Javon Evans fail? We've seen him fail so many times in NXT. How many times can we put up with it?
Unless you do the rematch then on NXT on next Tuesday.
Or you just keep putting him in SmackDown and getting wins.
But here's why this is interesting now. Why I'm leaving the Hardys and Team 3D for the last. Because, mind you, I'm going off of Wikipedia here for the list. According to Wikipedia, Hardys versus Team 3D is a tables match for both titles. That's according to Wikipedia. Now, nobody has said anything to us to confirm it. So let's take the titles off the table for right now. Obviously, what's going to happen is Thursday night, they'll probably announce it. They go, great. We could have just broken news right here.
It would have been awesome. Awesome.
Who do you see winning this?
Okay, no titles, like you say. I got to go with the Hardys. I just got to go with the Hardys. I think they've been talented since they first arrived. They're still holding themselves down. They're elevating people in TNA from what they were doing in AEW. And between these two teams that have been fighting for probably the longest, you can add Edge and Christian there if you like. I always feel like the Hardys never got the upper edge over Team 3D, if that makes sense, out of all their rivalries. Yeah. And I think this should signify the Hardys as being one of the greatest tag team by winning that match.
Oh, hold on. Going back to your thing about Tessa. There you go, right there.
Jody Threat and her and the artist formerly known as Elisa Fox attack after the time she put your hands on me again. Okay. So that was the one I did not catch.
So it's a very, very interesting week coming up. And I actually want to go back now because I think NXT should be wrapping up.
Yeah, it's about to wrap up. And Leon Slater is just freaking killing it, man. Like, this guy's awesome.
I'm very curious to see, though, does Joe Hendry screw Team TNA?
We're about to find out soon in a few. But Leon Slater is having, like, highlight reel after highlight reel in this match. He's really the star in this match.
Interesting, but we're gonna stay on because I think this should be because of the fact with NXT, it's not like TNA, not TNA. It's not like with AEW where they can have like the 12-hour overrun. Well, because of the fact you have the news. They have a hard cut at 10.
They cut it like.
Yeah. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how this ends, so to speak. But Jay, I thought tonight was a fantastic show.
I thought so too. I think WWE definitely nailed it. I thought it was a great show. It puts TNA on the map a little bit, and I'm definitely excited for Thursday, to be honest. I actually want to watch TNA and see what's going on with those tag titles.
Absolutely. One last thing before we go.
Sure,
Obviously, I did not speak to Ray about this, but again, as the guy who started this, how would you like to be a part of the crew?
Oh man, that'd be truly an honor, man. I would really appreciate that. I
Welcome.
can't believe you even saying that. That's crazy. Like in shock now.
That's why I didn't say anything beforehand. I was like,
I listen. For you to even say that to me live here, I would truly appreciate that with open arms. I mean, that's terrific. I mean, you're the best. I never met Ray, but hopefully he's come back from his medical emergency next week, and hopefully we have the opportunity to talk it out. And yeah, John, I truly appreciate that, man. I'm speechless, to be honest. I totally speechless.
Absolutely. Got 2 more comments coming in here quickly.
Sure, man.
Shamika turns around and says, God forbid people can't watch their news.
Yeah.
And David chimes in and goes, Leon Slater is from Bradford, England, about an hour and 30-minute drive from where he lives. It's great to see a fellow Brit making it in mainstream wrestling companies.
I agree. And I think London the Brits should always get a WrestleMania show. I think they should.
That's a whole another discussion in itself. But, oh, wait. Looks like
what's going on? Hold on.
No.
Play that back. And I just see where it's playback.
Mike Santana just pinned Ricky Saints. So now, technically, shouldn't Santana then get a shot at the NXT title?
Should. Will we see him confront Ricky Saints after he wins this Friday night with the TNA title?
And it's going to be interesting, but what a great show tonight. Again, I thought Showdown was amazing, but Jay, I want to welcome you aboard.
Thanks, man. I like right here, brother. I truly appreciate it. I appreciate you even putting me on tonight, man. That's truly pleasure, man. Pleasure.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, guys, again, you can catch me live tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, for an all-new episode of I-86 After Dark, which after this Yankee game, yeah, there might be a few rants at me tomorrow night, so you're going to definitely
want to watch the score.
Yeah, right now, Yankees are losing 6-3. But, guys, again, you can catch us here live.
Not anymore.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Tied it up.
There's some fate.
Who did it? Judge?
That was 3-run homer.
Judge just tied it up, 3-run homer.
Wow. Now it's really time to go.
But guys, we're getting out of here right now. Guys, again, next week, Dynasty Week returns. Next week, I'm also going to tell you guys right now, there's going to be quite a few people on the screen next week. As you'll get myself, Jay, Billy will be on with us. Hopefully Ray is back. It's going to be a fun show, guys. We'll have all your fallout from Crown Jewel, all your fallout from Bound for Glory. And with a lot of wrestling going on, who knows what's going to happen by the time we're live next week. Guys, again, if you missed anything from tonight's show, go back to our YouTube page, go back to our Facebook page. If not, go to Apple, go to Spotify, go to TuneIn, go to iHeartRadio, catch the replay Saturdays on Odyssey from 12 to 2, and so much more. But for Jay, I'm John. This has been the Around the Ropes Radio Show. We'll catch you guys next time.